On my way to school, thank goodness for the coffee bean. About 5 years ago, I've always wanted to go back to school and do something with my life, be something. It feels really good because I know they need women in trades right now, and to be an Aboriginal woman in trades is going to be like the golden egg.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for asking me to come and be here with you today. It's really exciting and important for me to be amongst my own people. You are on Musqueam traditional territory, for those of you who don't know. Since the beginning of time, that's a part of how we educated our own people. And today they call it math, they call it science, compartmentalize it. You know, when I was first learning the whole process of weaving, learning patterns became so clear to me, the focus of the mathematics. Their academics had to be in place. I ask young children when I teach them, did we have schools a long time ago? And they said no. And then I have to inform them that we did.
The Aboriginal culture in the teaching model is very important because that's where people are rooted. They're rooted in their own culture.
The Aboriginal component, it fed my spirit. I needed to have something that had a reflection of who I am.
We consider ourselves a community here, and that's important for our Aboriginal learners to feel a sense of belonging, a sense of being understood.
I do think that the majority of Aboriginal people want to be served by an Aboriginal organization.
And what we're looking for today, I think, as Aboriginal people, is that we want to have that balance. We want to have 1 foot in tradition and 1 foot here, the contemporary world.
I applied for that to help me boost up my resume, to help find a job.
Angel had a very challenging upbringing. She came into the program, never looked up. We kept encouraging her. She was homeless. All kinds of things were happening in her life.
It was really hard to keep trying to find a place to stay. It was that bad, and it was the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. It was definitely different. It was hard. It hurt emotionally to not be able to fall back on somebody to help me pull me out. The main struggle was finding my next meal.
We do our best in the moment to take care of their needs. So we're always troubleshooting. Because when a person is in something and it's traumatic for them, it's like a whirling cage. It's spinning around and they don't know how to grab on.
Personally, I was lost and I woke up every day not knowing what to do or what my future would be like.
Well, it was a bit of a low time in my life. A lot of things, I just lost my mother. My art wasn't selling, and I couldn't get work in my chosen field.
I felt burnt out. I felt like I couldn't keep up. I felt like I wasn't capable enough.
They're there for a client, for an individual who really have that much of a voice in a lot of ways.
The regular unemployment rate for non-Aboriginal people is 4%. For Aboriginal people living in the Metro Vancouver area, it's 22%.
Particularly when they're coming in, they don't have a lot of coping skill. So that's how a way that we'll intervene is give them resources.
Our life is built on small goals, achieving small successes, and building on what we've done.
What Access does is we deliver training and employment to the urban Aboriginal community. Clients come to ESAF via our case management. Access has 3 case management sites throughout the community.
My sister, my mother, my brother says, well, Access can help.
One of my friends had told me about the program.
I think there's a real enthusiasm for the work that we do, just generally because we all genuinely care about the clients and the community.
They realized, I think fairly quickly, that we're not a typical school. We're, I think, a much friendlier, much more open environment.
You know, people will know if it's authentic or not. And I would say that this program is one that is truly authentic.
Clients will go to an employment counselor.
And then the employment counselor would assess and determine whether or not they might be a good fit, and then, if appropriate, make the referral.
So I met an employment counselor looking for training. I have lots of experience, I said. She says there's this program called Essential Skills for Aboriginal Futures. She says this program will help you like I'll help you.
It was just a real low point. So when I got this, it was, okay, this must be what I need to do.
ESAF is the acronym for Essential Skills for Aboriginal Futures. That's the name of our program. There's the ETC program, etc., which stands for Employment and Training Competency.
They come into our program. We work with an employer partner who helps us with the training and the preparation.
I engage with employers. I go out and I kind of bird dog and look for employers. So what I look for is an employer who has the ability and the desire to hire Aboriginal people, and that they have the capacity to interview at least 16 candidates for entry-level positions. Every curriculum is designed for that intake.
We need to work within the modern world, you know. The Aboriginal population is quite a lot younger than the overall population of Canada. It's growing at a rate that's 5 to 6 times faster than the average population.
Our Essential Skills Department are working on their 35th industry partner.
And that was as a result of that WOW Award, you know, wanting to come and visit, find out how we did things.
One of the main tenets of what we do here is rooted deeply in respect and non-judgment. I think from day one, moment one, when people come through our doors, they learn very quickly that they'll never be judged.
I think when they come in the beginning, they're very apprehensive, maybe a little shy, nervous, not quite sure what it's all about.